Kahala Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. I'm the brother Yashawan, back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. We're going to start right here on this Thursday. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, all right? All right, when we try to work out a ceasefire, right? Let's try to work, let's keep the lines of communication open, right? Well, the Most High, He don't want that. God, right? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, He don't want no lines of communication. He wants everybody to see where this thing is going, okay? And now you already know what America or Babylon the Great, you know what they do. They go and they covet fields and they take them by force no matter what, okay? So just lay down. Lay down or get put down. That's Babylon, all right? And there's no negotiating, all right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Let's read it right here in the New Living. When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, right? Then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin. And there will be no escape, all right? Peace and security, peace and security, peace and safety. What do we got? Peace and quiet. Nope. Safe and secure. All right? Peace and security. Everything is safe and sound. Everything is quiet and safe. No. No, we're not in that time. Okay? What time are we in? Let's get it real quick and then we'll listen to some perspective. ECCL 3. Yeah? Give it to me? Nope. Gotta spell it out. ECCL EASTIES 3. Right? Did I get it right? No, I did not. Let's see. ECCLE SIASTES 3. One more. Here we go. Okay, so what time, right? What time are we? Ecclesiastes 3:1, 2. Everything there is a season and a time, right? Is the time of the season, right? When blood runs high. Okay. What time are we in? A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Jump down to 8. A time to love and a time to hate. So this is the word of God. Don't be mad. All right? We're in this time right here, a time of war. Not this time. Peace and safety. When they say peace and safety, what? It's a trick. The Most High is running this. Okay? The Most High created this, a time to hate. All right? There's a time to love. That's in the kingdom. All right? Because love means keeping the commandments. There's a time to keep the commandments. That's in the kingdom. Right now, you got to get to the kingdom. How are you going to get to the kingdom? You're going to scarcely make it. You got to, hey, how does one kingdom fall and another kingdom rise? There must be a war. And after the war, a time of peace. Okay, so what's going on? Are we going to see peace and safety? Is there going to be a line of communication that we can stop this ridiculous, inevitable nuclear holocaust? No. Okay, and they're going to tell you, all right? We're going to let the devil himself, and I like Judge Napolitano. He might be a Jake, all right? I like Judge Napolitano. Okay, is he in there anywhere? Doesn't say. All right, so anyway, this is Red Pill TV again. CIA, Larry Johnson. What's coming is worse than a WW3. Look at that. This is serious. Yep. Yep. Right? There's no peace and safety. There's no open line. Hey, can we call and get a ceasefire? No. Okay? That's what they're going to say. Here we go.
Hi, everyone. Today is Wednesday, March 29, 2023. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. Larry Johnson joins us today. Larry, always a pleasure. Thank you. You have an interesting piece out which caught my attention and the attention of a lot of our viewers early this morning, arguing that there should be a regular line of communication between the United States and Russia, even though we are supplying so many billions of dollars worth. I think it's up to 58 billion by now, at least that's what the government has revealed, in cash and equipment with which to attack Russia. Why is there no line of communication? Why is there no open talking between Secretary Blinken and Foreign Minister Lavrov, or even between their deputies?
What's going on is that we have so demonized the Russians, not just Putin. Everything that pertains to Russia, we're going to eradicate it. We're sort of acting like the Taliban towards what they considered religious idols that needed to be destroyed. During the entire Cold War, we never had a period like what we're doing to Russia now. During the Vietnam War, it was Russia, not China, that was providing the bulk of the weapons to the North Vietnamese. So if there was ever any reason or rationale or motive for us to say, we're not going to talk to the Russians because they're arming the North Vietnamese who are killing our people, that would have been. But instead, the diplomats remained in contact, remained talking, and that led to a summit between Brezhnev and Nixon in 1972, and the signing of several arms control agreements, the anti-ballistic missile, SALT.
What would you do if you no longer had to pay for...
Damn, that was quick. Slovakia, here we go.
SALT 1. And it is, here we jump ahead now, and we're really acting like angry schoolgirls who are trying to ostracize somebody that they've decided that they don't like. And it is dangerous because instead of have some sort of dialogue, it's devolved into where the United States is spending more time insulting and challenging Russia. So that's why this is so dangerous. And
your article points out that recent polling, this obviously shouldn't and doesn't reflect American foreign policy, but it shows the effectiveness of CIA and MI6 propaganda. Recent American polling shows this number is staggering, Larry. Only 9% of Americans hold favorable views of Russia. I guess your former colleagues are doing a pretty good job in the propaganda department.
Yeah, well, I found out I'm a 9%er, I guess. It is remarkable that it just shows the effectiveness of a comprehensive propaganda program. Take opinions. Yeah, I hear prominent radio personalities referring to Russia as communist. That's absolutely wrong. They're not a communist country. In fact, the Communist Party is now a minority party within Russia. Russia is gone back to its traditional roots, which was Eastern Orthodox Christian and a conservative Christianity at that, somewhat opposed to the Catholic Church.
Recently, President Zelensky, very recently, this just came out a few minutes ago, had an interview with an American correspondent, journalist. I don't recognize the person. You'll see this in a moment. On a train. You'll see the two of them sitting on a train and talking to each other. The interview is in English. She speaks English like we do. President Zelensky, of course, has an accent, but he's understandable. And she asks him about the significance of Bakhmut. Now, you would expect him to make some sort of an argument from military necessity or Ukrainian patriotism. Sure. He says it's for PR. Take a listen.
Is this part of why you are fighting so hard in Bakhmut? Because a lot of military analysts will say that strategically it's not that significant.
Because that will be victory for him. He will.
And any victory.
Yes, he will sell this victory. He will sell this victory to West, to his society, to China, to Iran, to all the countries, to Brazil, to Latin America countries, not to Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. Of course, they really understand, from details, and they feel this dangerous because they're neighbors. So, but he will sell it to his society. That was the first step. Now, wait a minute. I will have this issue with Ukraine. Then another step.
Is this a valid, moral, military reason to put 16-year-olds on the front line to prevent President Putin from a PR victory? Does this make sense that Zelensky is controlling military strategy based upon his personal analysis of the psychological needs of President Putin?
Well, you're correct. It's immoral, it's shallow, it's juvenile, but at least he's reading the tea leaves properly in one regard. The entire Western narrative with respect to Ukraine has started to change. I just saw that Jens Stoltenberg, the head of NATO, was saying that Russia is winning the war of attrition. Now, he has not said that up until weeks ago. Ukraine is winning. Russia's on the ropes. Putin's hanging on by a straw. The end is nigh. And now all of a sudden you've got across the board this complete change in the tone. And Zelensky is reflecting that. He understands very much that there is, unless Ukraine appears to be fighting and defending and making progress against Russia, not the appearance, they've actually got to do it on the ground. Western support's going to dry up quickly. That's where it's headed.
Let's get back to Secretary Blinken and Foreign Minister Lavrov. What will it take for them to talk to each other, or for their deputies? Well, their deputies can't talk to each other, Larry. Blinken's deputy wants to invade Crimea. That crazy fellow Princetonian of mine, Victoria Nuland. So she's not going to talk to her opposite number in the Kremlin, but there should be somebody speaking. Does the American ambassador speak to someone in the Kremlin? Or is there, unlike in the Vietnam War, is there literally no communication and no way to get the communication going?
There is some communication, but we need to understand the dynamics of it. For example, at the military level, I know at least at one point with respect to military operations in Syria, where you had both Russian and U.S. military forces operating in the same area, there was a daily coordination phone call between the general at the Joint Operations Center there. But why does Russia need to talk to the United States now?
Boom. That's all we need. You see this? Why does Russia need to talk to who? What do you mean? Why isn't Ukraine right here? Why isn't NATO? Why isn't the EU right there? Why does Russia need to talk to who? Who? Okay, so talks and communication is going nowhere. Why? What is the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai doing? Okay? Why is Russia not going to talk to the U.S.? Let's see what they say.
Russia's got nothing to say to us.
Boom.
Russia's not in a weak position.
Boom.
Russia's not begging for help.
Boom.
Russia's not saying, stop it, stop.
That's good enough. All right, you get the point, yeah? We're going to get one scripture and go ahead and close, and that is Isaiah. Let's see. I will stir. Isaiah 19? No. Okay. What is the Most High doing? Okay. Isaiah 13:17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. All right. That's what God is doing. Here's God. Russians against them. Against them. So there's no communication. Babylon. Russians against the U.S. Okay? That's what it said. Did it not? Gotta let this pass, Salakia, to get back there. Bear with me for a moment, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay? What did this say right here? It says, bear with me. Make the pain go away. Russia's not in a weak position. Gotta slow walk it. Bear with me. Salakia.
Someone in the Kremlin, or is there unlike in the Vietnam War, is there literally no communication and no way to get the communication going?
There is some communication, but we need to understand the dynamics of it. For example, at the military level, I know at least at one point with respect to military operations in Syria, where you had both Russian and U.S. military forces operating in the same area, there was a daily coordination phone call between the general at the Joint Operations Center there. But why does Russia need to talk to the United States now?
That. Okay? Why, when, where's the battle at? Is it in Syria? Okay. If it's in Syria, why is the United States in Syria? If it's in Syria, why is Russia in Syria? Okay? And they're talking about that. They just said it. And then, if the battle is in Russia or the USSR, which is what it used to be, including Ukraine, why is the United States there now? You see, who are the players? Russia and the United States, not NATO, not the EU. Why are they asking this question? Okay? What is that? Okay? Well, it's this. All right? Look, the Most High said, I, Yahweh Shemel Shai, will stir up the Russians against the Babylonians, which are the Americans. Same thing. It's saying it right here. Russians, Babylonians. Let him speak on it.
Russia's got nothing to say to us. Russia's not in a weak position.
They're stirred
Russia's
up.
not begging for help.
They're stirred up. The Most High is stirring them up. Against who? Against the Babylonians.
Russia's not saying, stop it, make the pain go away. That's the United States.
Ooh. Now who's stirred up? Okay.
And the United States has yet to come to that point. Let's call it humility, or like we haven't reached the bottom of the barrel where we're now, hey, we've got to change. We need an intervention, not the kind of intervention where we send military forces. The kind of intervention where your friend sits you down and say, hey, you've got a problem. You've got an addiction to invading other countries, and you need to stop it. Ooh. So the power dynamic is not there. If the United States approached Moscow and said, look, we'd like to try to negotiate an end to this, and we'll give you, the assurances that you were asking for a year ago, then Russia would probably say, okay, well, let's hear what you have to say. But Russia's going to be very skeptical of any promises the West makes because they've already been bamboozled once with the Minsk I and Minsk II agreements.
Oh, which didn't mean anything. That was a ploy. All right. So what is this? What does this mean? All right. Prepare war. All right. It's not going back. There's not going to be no ceasefire. There's no dialogue between them. Right. What are we doing? Where are we going? Where's this going? Okay, let's go in here. Let's go Joel 3. Watch it come up, Berean. Of course. Joel 3 and 9 proclaim this among the nations. Prepare war, rouse the mighty men. Let all the men of war advance and attack. There's no turning around. Okay? There's no peace and safety. All right? This is where it's going. All right, so we'll end it right here. Just, you have to understand that this is the Most High's will. Okay? It's not about what these men can come up with on their own. All right? Let's get Proverbs 21 on the way up. Here's what's going on. All right? God is in control of everything here. King James, Proverbs 21 and 1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Now, the king's heart, this word heart, is the Hebrew word lab, meaning your mind. So the king, his heart is being hardened like Pharaoh. And God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Well, here's Pharaoh. Here's his heart, and his heart is his mind. So what do? We get mind control. Right? Good News Translation. The Lord controls, see that? Take the S off, control the mind. Mind control. God is using that mind control on who? He's stirring up the Medes, is he not? He's got both sides. What did this guy say? He said, America only knows one play. Right? Where is it? He said, America only knows how to invade countries and do what the hell they want. Right? Let's see. See if I can get.
We need an intervention, not the kind of intervention where we send military forces, the kind of intervention where your friends sit you down and say, hey, you've got a problem. You've got an addiction to invading other countries and you need to stop.
You've got an addiction to invading other countries and you need to stop. Is that going to stop?
So
no. So the power dynamic is not there. All right. You got an addiction to what? Invading other countries. Did I get that? This is why there's going to be no peace and safety. I better go from the top, huh? Woe means destruction. Micah 2 and 1. Woe, that's destruction. To them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. The U.S. used to be the sole superpower, right? We're losing our superpower status. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so they oppress a man, they're oppressing Vlad, and his house, even a man and his heritage. They are on the border of Russia right now, threatening Vlad. Okay? They covet fields and seize them, and houses and take them. They defraud people of their homes. They rob them of their inheritance. When you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. Well, you're doing that right now. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. Is that not what's going on? Okay. Well, how is the Most High stirring up the Medes? Well, he's sending in the devil against the devil, right? And how can his kingdom stand, right? Because there's a bunch of Edomites over there in uh, Russia. That's what I need here. If Satan, right, the Edomite, let's go on up. Start at 17. Luke 11 and 17, and we'll close on this. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Okay? Now, when you speak of who's ruling the world pursuant to Job 9 and 24, all right? We know who that is. That's these devils, right? 17. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? But ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Okay, so, hey, Satan is divided against Satan. That's what you got right there. Russia against the United States is Satan against Satan. And the whole kingdom. This is Job 9 and 24. The milk. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, the Edomites. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so here's their house, right? They got the kingdom. This wicked kingdom belongs to Satan, the Edomites. Russia, Edomites. U.S., Edomites. Okay, they got us in captivity. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. With that, we'll say shalom.